Well, you know, it's a very relative growth. We're still talking about 27% growth over the last year. But I can imagine that the economic environment has a play in it. You know, all the discussions around trade war have an impact on consumer sentiment. So maybe the Chinese consumer was a little bit less passionate about 11/11 this year. But, you know, I think there's a bigger thing behind it, which is that Singles Day used to be the one and only event in China. Remember, it's been going on for 10 years now. It's the 10th anniversary. There's another event that was quite big last June, which is organized by Jingdong, which is called June 18th, which was able to score around 25 billion GMV, which is quite a hefty number as well, but over an 18-day period, which was a 40% increase from last year. And so what's going on in China is that you have a multiplication of commercial events like this along the year from, you know, more and more some of the Western events like Christmas and New Year are picking up. Then you have Chinese New Year, then you have Valentine's Day, which is 2 days in the Chinese calendar, and so on and so forth. So Singles Day is not the only festival anymore. And I think 27% is quite good.
Well, it is quite good, and that makes me wonder, have we seen any impact from the China-U.S. trade tensions yet on consumer confidence? Because it's not just Alibaba. I mean, as Arjun was walking through some good numbers there from Starbucks, we heard from Lazada earlier on the program earlier today, touting their own results in Southeast Asia as well. I mean, broadly speaking, it does sound like the consumer is really holding strong.
I think the consumer is really holding strong. The consumer just has more choices of events, and they also have more choices of where they can shop. You know, Alibaba, with the Singles Day event, was really very powerful with the prices and discounts they were offering. But you have new platform like Pinduoduo that has been able to assemble a number of customers of 350 million in just 3 years. And they are providing to the market some prices that are absolutely impossible to beat. And so, you know, I think the Singles Day event is just facing more competition from other events and from specialist sites that are doing what they used to do very strongly in the past.
Pascal, when we look at Alibaba's stock performance, though, year to date, 12-month, it hasn't been pretty. I mean, we were listening to Josai there talking about the fact that perhaps the markets have it wrong. Do you think that's fair, or are investors expressing some concern here about what happens in the future, what happens with China's outlook?
Well, it's probably a little bit of overreaction. I mean, we at OCNC, we don't usually comment on the stock price of companies, but it's clear that Alibaba recently made an announcement that their total growth for the year was going to be 5% lower than what they had initially announced. So they are seeing some slowdown in their market, but we're talking about a company that has been growing year after year after year at massive double-digit numbers. So I think the overall outlook for the future still is very strong.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.